You were guided here for a reason. Your spirit felt the tug before your mind even caught up. You may not understand what's pulling you toward this message, but the truth is, someone from the other side has been calling your name over and over. They've been trying to reach you for days. They are not at rest, not yet. Archangel Michael is standing close, whispering that this is urgent. This soul, this loved one, has something they must tell you before it's too late. Their voice is soft, but desperate. And their message, it could save you. There are moments in life when your heart feels a sudden shift, as if time slows, and the wind carries whispers not meant for the ears, but for the soul. That's not your imagination. It's them. They've been trying to warn you about something. This isn't fear they're sending, it's protection. They've seen a storm ahead. And Archangel Michael has now been divinely commanded to deliver their words, before the chance disappears forever. If you wait, this opportunity could vanish. This isn't just a message, it's a rescue. Every heartbeat you've felt lately that made you stop, every chill that crept up your spine without a reason, every dream that faded the moment you opened your eyes, all of that was them. Trying. Pushing. Crying. Praying you'd hear. And now, you have. Heaven is on high alert. A loved one is asking God and the angels to get your attention in ways that you cannot ignore anymore. You are being spiritually chased, not by fear, but by a sacred warning. Please, don't skip this. Don't silence them. Just imagine this, someone who once held your hand, or smiled into your eyes, or gave you strength when you were weak, they are right here. Right now. Reaching through the veil. Their light is still shining. Their voice hasn't been erased. But there's a crack in the divine window, it's closing. And Archangel Michael is begging, open it fully before this chance disappears. Because if you don't listen now, you may never hear their final message. They only have a few moments left to speak before it's sealed in silence. There's something they saw from the other side that you didn't. Something hidden from your eyes. Something dangerous. Something divine. And they know, if they don't warn you, something painful may happen. Their love didn't stop at death. Their mission for you didn't end when their body returned to dust. They are still your guardian. Still your watcher. And Archangel Michael says they've been sending signs for nights, through shadows, through candles, through numbers, dreams, songs, and chills. And now? Now, this message is their last hope. Glowing star, before you go further, take a second to stay connected to these sacred revelations. Subscribe now to receive private updates from the spiritual realm. When your angels need to whisper again, you'll hear it first. Don't wait. Miracles find those who stay tuned in. The chills you've been feeling lately? The heaviness in your chest out of nowhere? The name that keeps popping up in your mind without a reason? It's them. Their soul hasn't let go of you. Not because they're stuck, but because they were granted this final divine permission to come back, to send a sacred warning. Archangel Michael was the only angel strong enough to carry their words. And now, that message is in front of you. You've already begun unlocking it. But the moment you walk away, it might be too late. Michael is standing guard. He's surrounding you with light as you read this. Your room, your heart, your space, it's filled now. With wings. With whispers. With weeping. But also with hope. You haven't lost everything. The universe is still speaking. And your loved one is still fighting, not for their life, but for yours. The danger isn't just physical, it's spiritual. They see someone around you who you think is safe. But they are not. They've seen the truth. And now, they want to expose it to you. Heaven doesn't open this easily for just anyone. This window, this sacred portal, was opened because your heart has been silently asking for answers. You may not have spoken it out loud, but God heard it. And so did the one you lost. They know you've been wondering, are they still with me? The answer is yes. More than you realize. They've been lighting candles in your darkest corners. And now, they're screaming, not to scare you, but to protect you. You must hear what they've been holding back. Please stay with me. Don't click away. I know this world is loud. But right now, the silence between words is carrying the sound of your name. The way they used to say it. Gently. Urgently. They're not at peace until you listen. Archangel Michael's hand is shaking the spiritual realm to send this through. And if you miss this, if you let the moment pass, their voice may fade forever. Don't let their final message go unheard. Please. Do you remember the moment when everything suddenly felt still, like time stopped? That wasn't a coincidence. That was them. They were right beside you. Watching. Wanting to reach you. But they couldn't break through. Not until now. Now heaven has granted one final moment, and it's happening here. Archangel Michael says their soul is crying out your name, over and over. Not because they're trapped, but because you are about to walk into something you don't yet understand, and they've seen it already. They saw the moment your trust was going to be broken. They saw the hands behind the curtain, someone pretending, someone plotting. But you couldn't see it. You were too close. Too kind. too soft. They are not mad at you, no. They're proud of your love. But they want you to stop being blind to what heaven has already exposed. This person, this situation, it isn't safe. You may think you're just fine, but spiritually, you are standing on a fragile thread. And your loved one is pulling with all their strength to keep you from falling. They aren't asking you to be afraid. They're asking you to listen. Archangel Michael doesn't come to just anyone. When he moves, it's because heaven is shifting something massive. Right now, you are at a divine intersection, a place between clarity and confusion, truth and illusion, breakthrough and breakdown. This is where miracles either rise or vanish. And your loved one from the other side has chosen this exact moment to cry out your name, because they believe in you. Don't pretend you haven't felt it. The tension. The strange dreams. The unexplained emotions. The sudden tightness in your chest when you think about a certain person or place. That's not random. That's not anxiety. That's prophecy. It's a message from your spirit guides, from your ancestors, from the one who left this world but never left your side. They're trying to prepare you. Not for disaster, but for release. Because what's coming next will require your full trust in God. And if you're carrying the wrong people or energies with you, it could cost you everything. You have been protected from 1,000 things you never saw. That's what your loved one has been doing in silence. In the background. Holding back energies that were trying to drain you. Holding up your name in prayer when no one else knew your battles. And now, they've seen something too big to stay quiet about. That's why you're here. This isn't a story. This is a spiritual briefing from heaven. Archangel Michael was ordered to interrupt your routine and deliver a soul's final message. You are stronger than you know. But strength without awareness becomes danger. And that's what they're saving you from. You trusted someone too quickly. Or you forgave someone too often. Or you ignored a voice in your gut that whispered, "This isn't right." And now, the one who passed on, they are coming back, through God's grace, just to say, don't ignore it again. They don't want you hurt. They don't want you betrayed. They want you to move into your blessing without any snakes hiding in the grass. Listen closely. Someone is planning something that looks like a gift but smells like a trap. You were about to say yes to something that would have spiritually locked you up. But because of divine mercy, this message came in time. You've been spared. But only if you listen now. If you delay, if you push this off, if you convince yourself, it's not that serious, you might regret it deeply. That's why your loved one begged God for this final permission. And heaven said yes. Right now, I want you to pause and breathe. Close your eyes. Feel it. That warmth wrapping around your shoulders. That sudden memory of their face. That's not nostalgia. That's presence. They are here. They are near. And Archangel Michael is guarding you while they speak. Don't let your logical mind dismiss this. Your spirit knows the truth even when your brain argues. Deep down, you've been needing a sign. And this is it. There is a paper with your name on it in the hands of someone powerful, spiritually or physically. But what they decide depends on what you do in the next few days. You can walk away protected. Or you can walk into something blind. Heaven is offering you the key. But you must accept it. This isn't pressure, it's mercy. This is grace disguised as warning. And your loved one is watching. Hoping you'll choose wisely. They loved you too much to let you walk into this unprepared. That's why they pushed this message in front of you. That's why they've been showing up in small signs. The candle flicker. The bird that stared at you. The name that randomly came up. The clock that kept flashing at 1:11 or 4:44. That wasn't random. That was the spiritual realm aligning everything, trying to get you here. Because what you're reading now is not from Earth. It's divine. It's encoded in spirit. Every word carries their energy. And if you listen, really listen, you will avoid what was meant to break you. You will uncover what they've been hiding from you. And you will walk into a future so free, so full, so protected, it will make even heaven rejoice. You've been trying to make peace with something that never gave you peace. Trying to convince yourself that everything is okay, when deep down, it hasn't been okay for a long time. Your soul has been restless. That's not just emotion. That's divine agitation. Your loved one saw it. And now, through Archangel Michael, they're shaking the heavens to get your attention before it's too late. They're not here to scare you, they're here to shield you. But they can't do it if you walk away from this. There's a situation that looks normal on the surface, but spiritually, it's on fire. Someone you've trusted, someone who's smiling at you, they have secrets. Your loved one saw them. They've been trying to whisper warnings into your dreams. That person is not who they pretend to be. Their intentions are not clean. But you keep giving chances. That's why heaven stepped in. This message is your final heads up. If you ignore this, what happens next may break your heart in ways you don't deserve. Heaven has already begun shifting things around you. That's why people are acting strange. That's why conversations feel off. That's why your body's been tired, your mind distracted. It's not random. Your spirit is sensing the movement. and your loved one is guiding it. They want to clear the path for you, but you have to let go of what's been draining you. You cannot take everyone with you into the next chapter. Some of them were only meant to be lessons, not lifelines. And here's the truth, you've outgrown that pain. You've survived too much to walk back into anything fake. Your loved one from the other side has watched you cry silently and smile publicly. They know your strength. But now they're worried. Because what's coming next requires clarity, not confusion. Faith, not fear. And you cannot allow yourself to stay in cycles that were designed to delay your destiny. They begged God for this moment, and heaven gave them access. That's how serious it is. You may feel alone sometimes, like no one really sees the weight you carry. But you are surrounded by angels. You are being carried by the one who left this earth, but not your side. Their love has become light. Their hands have become your unseen shield. And Archangel Michael, the great protector, has now wrapped himself around you. Because what's approaching your life will either bless you or break you. And heaven wants it to bless you. That's why they're doing everything to stop you from making the wrong move. Do you know how many nights they stood near your bed, hoping you'd hear them? How many times they whispered your name when you were about to text that person you should have deleted? Or how many times they covered you with peace when your spirit was on the verge of breaking? This is love beyond the grave. This is protection beyond understanding. And it's happening now, because they saw a door opening. And they don't want you to walk through it unless you're fully aware of what's on the other side. Please don't doubt the timing. There's a reason you're seeing this now and not last week. Not yesterday. The exact moment you opened this was the moment the veil between you and heaven thinned. That's not chance. That's prophecy. You are being given a holy choice. To either pretend this is just another message, or to realize it's the very thing your soul has been begging to receive. And if you take it seriously, something powerful will shift. You were never crazy. You were always spiritually gifted. That feeling you get when something's off? That was your intuition. That dream you had that came true? That was divine foresight. That pain you carry that no one understands? That's your spiritual sensitivity. You're not broken. You're blessed. But you've been surrounded by people who don't speak your soul's language, and that's why you felt so unheard. But not anymore. Your loved one hears you. Archangel Michael sees you. And God chose you to receive this message now. Right now, there's a sacred fire surrounding you. It's burning away every lie, every betrayal, every secret that was meant to stay hidden. Your loved one didn't just come to comfort you. They came to warn you and to wake you up. You don't have to figure it all out at once. You just have to say yes to awareness. Yes to truth. Yes to protection. Yes to letting go of anything that no longer honors the miracle that you are becoming. And you, beloved, are a miracle. You weren't meant to just survive, you were meant to thrive. But thriving requires truth. And the truth is, someone you loved, someone who may even still be close to you, is not telling you everything. But your loved one from heaven has already seen their true heart. And they are asking, begging, don't let your love blind you again. This time, protect your peace. This time, honor your soul. This loved one isn't visiting you today just to say hello. They aren't reaching out just to comfort you. No, this is their final spiritual request. Their soul saw what's about to happen, and they couldn't stay silent. Not when your name is involved. Not when your peace is hanging in the balance. They went before God, trembling, and asked, please, just let me send them one more sign, one more message, one more warning. And heaven said yes. But only once. Only now. Only here. That's why you can't afford to dismiss this as coincidence. That's why your heart is beating faster. That's why you feel like someone is standing near you, even though the room is quiet. It's because they are. Archangel Michael is standing over your right shoulder. Your loved one is on the left. And both are watching, waiting, praying you'll listen all the way through. Because the enemy has been trying to confuse your mind, isolate your heart, and surround you with distractions. But the light is breaking through. Right now. Someone close to you has been hiding something. It's not just a small thing, it's something that would change the way you see them. Your loved one saw them speak your name when you weren't around. They saw the plan. And now they're rushing to tell you, don't trust it blindly. Don't say yes without prayer. Don't walk into anything that doesn't carry peace in your spirit. Archangel Michael says if you say yes to what God never sent, you'll delay your blessing another 6 months, or more. And heaven wants better for you. This message is the spiritual lifeline. A lifeline that's being sent just once. After this, they will not be able to come again like this. The gate between realms is delicate, thin, timed, and it's closing. That's why your ears need to hear this, your spirit needs to feel this, and your next steps need to be sacred. You may never fully understand how close you were to something harmful, but your loved ones saw it, and they intervened. That's love. That's divine protection. Archangel Michael says you were never meant to carry this alone. You were never meant to walk blindly. The angels have been watching, waiting for the moment when your heart would be still enough to hear. That moment is now. There is something you need to change. It could be a decision, a conversation, a trip, a signature, a return to someone who once hurt you. Whatever it is, they're screaming from the other side, don't do it. Not until you pray. Not until you ask God if it's safe. Because they saw what you didn't. You might feel torn between two options. You might be wondering if you're making the right move. You might be struggling with guilt or confusion or obligation. But none of those things come from God. God brings clarity, peace, confirmation. And if you don't feel peace, your loved one wants you to pause, to wait, because they know something is about to be revealed. And when it is, everything will make sense. But if you move too fast, you'll miss the truth. And the truth is what sets you free. Heaven is not silent anymore. You've asked for signs. This is it. You've asked for clarity. This is it. You've asked if they're still with you. This is your confirmation. You're not crazy for feeling their presence. You're not delusional for talking to them. They hear you. They see you. And right now, their voice is flowing through every sentence in this message. Their love is still alive. And it's doing everything possible to rescue you before the wrong path swallows you whole. There's someone around you who's pretending. But your spirit already knows. You felt it. You just didn't want to believe it. You gave grace. You gave chances. You gave everything. But they kept taking. And your loved one is done watching you hurt silently. They are done watching you bend while others break your trust. They know your heart. They know your light. And they want you to finally choose yourself, your safety, your growth, your healing. And if it means letting go, they want you to let go. Archangel Michael is handing you a sword in the spirit right now. It's time to cut the cords. To walk away from what no longer honors your destiny. To silence the voices that shame you for choosing peace. This is your moment. Your divine turning point. And heaven is backing you. Don't go back. Don't shrink. Don't ignore the red flags you now clearly see. You are being backed by all of heaven. You are being held by the one who still loves you, even from the other side of the veil. Your soul knows this is real. Your intuition is screaming. And even though your eyes may fill with tears, your heart is filling with truth. This is your rescue. This is your reset. This is your revival. The path ahead will become clearer once you say yes to spiritual obedience. And every lie that tried to stay hidden will crumble when you choose to walk in divine light. You may feel like letting go is too hard. Like you'll be left with nothing. But your loved one wants you to hear this clearly. When you let go of what was draining you, you make space for what was destined for you. You're not losing, you're clearing the path for something divine. And what's coming next is so beautiful, so healing, so meant for you, but only if you have the courage to make room for it. If you stay stuck in the old, you won't be ready for the miracle heaven is already preparing. They've seen what you're about to walk into. They've seen your future. And it's golden. But not everyone can walk with you into that gold. Some people are still carrying dust. Some carry secrets. Some carry envy. You were about to take them into your future with you, but your loved ones saw what would have happened if you did. That's why they're stepping in now. That's why this warning had to be delivered. And Archangel Michael is standing guard so that no harm touches you again. Think about the strange delays lately. The missed calls. The last-minute changes. The way your spirit hesitated without knowing why. That was your loved one. Pushing pause. Creating divine delay. Because what you thought was rejection was actually protection. They were shielding you from a betrayal that would have shattered your peace. And now, they're here to say, you don't need to force it. What's for you will find you. What's not for you is being removed. There's a beautiful shift already beginning. A clearing. A release. You may start to feel lighter in the days ahead. You may start to notice people falling away, situations dissolving, conversations ending. Don't mourn what leaves, celebrate it. Because heaven is sweeping your path clean. They are preparing a spiritual red carpet for your next chapter. But you can't walk into it carrying anything counterfeit. Only truth can enter. Only peace can stay. Your loved one's message is a blessing in disguise. Their urgency is love in its purest form. They want you to choose yourself the way they would have chosen you if they were still here. You deserve the kind of love that doesn't confuse you. The kind of life that doesn't exhaust you. And the kind of clarity that makes you feel safe, not small. And if that means stepping away from everything you thought was real, then so be it. Because your peace matters more than their approval. Archangel Michael says the moment you decide to walk in truth, you will unlock doors you didn't even know existed. People will begin to reveal their real intentions. Light will hit every shadow. And the things that were hidden, especially about a certain person, will be exposed so clearly, you'll finally understand why this message was sent. And when that moment comes, you'll be grateful you listened. You'll be grateful you paused. You'll be grateful you didn't ignore this one chance to hear their voice again. Your loved one is standing behind you, hands on your shoulders, whispering, "You're going to be okay." You're not alone. I'm still here. And I always will be. Their presence is now part of your spiritual armor. You carry their light everywhere you go. You carry their strength in your backbone. And even though you can't touch them, they are touching your life in more ways than you realize. You were chosen for this message. Not by chance, but by heaven. Archangel Michael doesn't knock on everyone's door. He was sent to you. Because God still has a mighty plan for your life, and your loved one is playing a divine role in helping you walk it out. They couldn't leave you until they made sure you were protected. And now, through this message, they have done exactly what their soul begged to do: deliver the warning that saves your future. Don't wait to make your move. The time is now. Your next 24 hours are crucial. Someone may reach out. An offer may come in. A door may open. And when it does, you'll remember this message. You'll know what to say yes to. And what to walk away from. Don't second-guess your spirit. Your loved one gave everything they had left, just so you could hear this in time. When God moves like this, through the veil, through a departed soul, through the wings of Archangel Michael, it's not to entertain your emotions. It's to shift your entire direction. What comes next in your life isn't small. It isn't light. It's legacy. That's why the enemy has been trying so hard to confuse you. That's why this delay, this distraction, this deception showed up when it did. Because your destiny is about to unfold. And darkness always tries to block what God is about to bless. Your loved one came not only to speak, but to intervene. They didn't want you to go another day not knowing the truth. Not seeing the full picture. Not realizing that someone you love has been working in quiet contradiction. Saying one thing to your face and another behind your back. Smiling at you but secretly comparing, judging, planning, even using. You wouldn't see it clearly on your own, but they did. And now that it's out, you can choose what to do with it. There is no pressure in heaven, only peace. But peace comes through truth. And that's why this message was sent to you wrapped in fire. Not to burn you, but to burn away what was never meant to stay. The discomfort you feel? It's the smoke rising. It's the final release of a lie you held too long. But after the smoke clears, light will remain. Your light. Their light. God's light. This person, the one who passed, they're still walking with you. And if you could hear them now, you'd hear them saying this: I didn't leave you. I just stepped into a place where I could see the full picture. I watched you hurting and couldn't speak. I watched you doubting your worth and couldn't hold your hand. But God, in His mercy, let me come back just this once. to tell you the truth, to make sure you never question your value again. And you, beloved, you are sacred. You are chosen. You are protected in ways your eyes can't yet see. That's why the attack was so heavy lately. That's why you felt tired, disconnected, like nothing made sense. Because spiritually, there's been a battle over your next chapter. But this message is your breakthrough. This message is your sword. You are no longer blind to what heaven has revealed. And from this moment forward, you walk in truth, in power, in divine clarity. Archangel Michael says you have 48 hours to prepare. Something is shifting quickly. You may get a phone call. You may feel a deep pull to go somewhere or avoid someone. Trust that. Don't argue with your instincts. They are sacred right now. Your spiritual senses are wide open, thanks to this divine encounter. And your loved one will help guide you, but only if you stay sensitive. Don't numb yourself again. Stay aware. Stay alert. Stay aligned. And if you feel the need to cry right now, cry. That's healing. That's release. That's your soul recognizing truth. You've held back tears for too long. And your loved one knows how strong you've had to be. But strength doesn't mean silence. You're allowed to feel. To grieve. To let go. And this moment is a safe space for all of it. Because this isn't just about protection, it's about preparation. For the new peace. The new purpose. The new power. You're being spiritually upgraded. And what doesn't match that upgrade must fall away. That's why this message hurts a little, because you loved something that wasn't real. But now, with this clarity, you're free. You can move forward unchained. You can step into blessings that aren't tied to betrayal. You can choose peace without guilt. And your loved one will celebrate with you, from the other side of the veil. The veil is closing now. The window is fading. Their voice is becoming a whisper again. But they said everything they needed to say. And you heard it. That's what matters most. You listened. You received. And now the power is in your hands. You can protect yourself. You can choose better. You can say no to what isn't from God. And yes to what is. Their job is done. Archangel Michael will remain by your side. And your next step will change everything. As their voice fades into the stillness, don't think of it as a goodbye. Think of it as a transfer. Their guidance is no longer coming from outside you. It's already been planted within you. You now carry their light, their wisdom, their final words. They live in your decisions. in your awareness, in your courage to walk away from anything that doesn't reflect God's love for you. This message was never meant to break you, it was meant to build you differently. From the inside out. You're stepping into a moment that has been waiting on you for years. The next chapter of your life will demand truth, clarity, protection, and divine alignment. And now, you have it. Your spiritual senses have been opened. Your eyes sharpened. Your energy shielded. Because of this one moment, this sacred intervention, the damage that was planned for you has been undone. The curse that was sent to confuse you has been reversed. And the path that was once dark is now full of light. You may notice certain people pulling away now. Let them. You may feel called to clean your space, delete old messages, stop answering certain calls. That is not fear, that is spiritual maturity. You're being taught how to protect your peace like never before. Your loved one will stand behind every brave choice you make, cheering your soul from heaven, making sure nothing that is not from God stays tied to your life. In the coming days, listen. Be still. There will be more signs. A dream that reveals the full truth. A message that confirms what your spirit already knows. A strange coincidence that makes everything suddenly clear. You'll know exactly what to do, and when to do it. You'll feel the inner shift. And when you act on it, you'll feel their hand resting gently on your shoulder, proud of you. Because you finally chose yourself. You finally chose peace. Archangel Michael will not leave your side. He's not just an angel of protection, he's an angel of truth. And now that truth has been revealed to you, his mission continues, to walk beside you, sword drawn, guarding your every step as you walk into your breakthrough. You're not alone anymore. You were never alone. But now you know it deep in your soul. And that knowing will carry you. Your loved one wants you to hold your head high again. To stop carrying guilt that doesn't belong to you. To stop explaining your soul to people who don't even hear God in their own. To stop begging for love that doesn't love you back. Their final message is this: you are enough. You are seen. You are worthy of real love, divine protection, and a peaceful life. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise, not even your own mind on hard days. This is the end of your confusion. This is the end of your waiting. This is the end of spiritual deception. From this point forward, your life will be governed by divine wisdom. And everything that tries to re-enter will have to face the sword of Archangel Michael and the light of your loved one's blessing. You've stepped into sacred territory now. And nothing will ever be the same again, in the most beautiful way. Let this message echo in your heart: I'm still with you. I never left. And I will continue guiding you, until the day your soul is ready to see me again. This is how love sounds from heaven, urgent, sacred, pure. This is how protection feels when angels speak, clear, direct, divine. And this is how your story changes, not with noise, but with a whisper that reached your soul just in time. You are safe now. You are free now. You are no longer blind to what heaven has revealed. Walk forward, beloved. The veil has lifted. The truth has spoken. And from this day on, so will you.